I'm Mark Callahan, Mr. Saltwater Tank, coming to you on behalf of SaltwaterAquarium.com. Taking a first look at the brand new fixture out of AquaIlluminations, this is the Hydra Edge. There's some big changes in this version of the Hydra, one of them being the shift to a panel type of light. AquaIllumination says the Edge uses something called edge field optics to move the light through a material to flatten out the light. More about that later. If you're paying attention, you notice this little thing. This caught my eye as well. This is the solar ring, which contains white and warm white LEDs to create shimmer similar to narrow optic LED fixtures. Now later in the show, I'll put the Edge over my light, see what kind of shimmer I get during the daytime, as well as wait for my tank lights to go down and see what kind of lights I get out of this at night, because this is also a dedicated moonlight. For now, here's some quick facts on the fixture for those of you that like numbers. The Hydra Edge comes in a 68, 44, and 44 freshwater version. The 68 model puts out 135 watts of power, and the 44 and 44 freshwater crank out 95 watts of power. The 68 and 44 have blue, royal blue, violet, cool white, warm white, and UV LED channels only. There's no red or green, as AI says the white channel makes up for the lack of the red and green LEDs. Therefore, AI says the Hydra Edge is still a full spectrum fixture. Now, all models have 100-degree optics for wide spread. What does that spread look like? Well, most of the PAR is concentrated in a 24 by 24 inch area, but AI advertises coverage up to a 36 by 36 inch area. There's a little more PAR on the edge of the 24 inch square and out to the 36 on the 44 model, since there's a closer cluster of LEDs. But AI recommends the 68 model for tanks over 30 inch deep. Control of all the Hydra Edge models are through the button on the top, the My AI app, Mobius, or through a Neptune Systems Apex and the MXM module. Here's something cool. The fan cover is easily removed for cleaning. There's no tools needed unless you count your finger as a tool. Another feature that jumped out at me about the Hydra Edge is the ability to rotate the fixture on AI's mounting solutions through the vertical axis. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that you can tilt the fixture to have the light come in at an angle into your tank. This is useful for filling in underneath rock work, or if you have those rimless tanks where you're always getting light spillage, you're getting the lights in your eyes when you're looking at the tank, you can now tilt the fixture at any angle you want, have the light come in at an angle. That way you're not staring right into the light as you're looking at your tank. So that's super useful. The tilt feature is going to work if you use the single mount kit. This is like back of the tank mounting solution with the arm, or if you're using the HMS rail. If you're going to hang these individually, you're not going to have that tilt feature. So that's something that I like to see. I've seen plenty of DIY solutions for people that get to tilt their fixtures, but this is something that's available right out of the box. Definitely liking that. All right, what about this solar ring thing and all this talk about shimmer? So let me tell you, when I heard the word shimmer, I was like, ooh, that could be fun. Back in the day, I ran metal halides. They were pretty hot, which was good in the winter because I didn't run my heater, but then burning my hand whenever I was working under the tank, happened to touch the light. That wasn't much fun. But yes, I certainly miss the shimmer out of the old metal halide. So, with the panel lights that LEDs have moved to, we've lost that shimmer, but I've been okay with it because I like the flatter light out of the panels. But the solar ring says, hey, you can have a panel light and you can have your shimmer too. Here's what that shimmer looks like during the day on my reef. Now, if the fish would get out of the way, you could see it on the coral. Go on, they don't want to see fish, they want to see coral. Here's the same coral with the Hydra Edge 68 turned off. On, off. Here's a side-by-side comparison. The solar ring also has a dedicated moonlight channel, and here's what it looks like at night. I was never a moonlight fan, but this shimmer is going to change my mind. It also makes for cool, long exposure shots. All right, so there's the details on AquaIllumination's Hydra Edge. What's my take on it? A couple things. First, I like that AquaIlluminations has gone to a panel type of approach with the edge field optics. This spreads the light out more across your tank, gets you more even coverage, and gives you a flatter light like T5s. And with the solar ring, I can crank up that focus light, get that shimmer during the daytime, get that shimmer at night. I can do that however I want. And I can control it with the button. If you're more modern like me, you want to use an app. I've got choices of apps to control this light. I can also connect it to my tank controller and control it that way. Now, going back to that shimmer, it would be nice if I had multiples of these so I could put them down the length of my 12-foot tank to get shimmer throughout. And I realized, look, most people don't have a 12-foot tank. So if you've got a 4-footer, 6-footer, if you've got a cube where you're going to use the Hydra Edge 44, you've got the best of both worlds in one fixture with controllability. So home office, if you got more of these, send them my way. I've got a birthday coming up, thank you very much. But I can guarantee you that this one, you're not getting it back. It's staying with me. I'm Mark Cowan, Mr. Saltwater Tank, coming to you off SaltwaterAquarium.com. Until next time, enjoy your tanks. Don't call me home office. I'm not giving it back.